So, I did something a little wild. I gave an AI a tiny snapshot of my life, and I asked it to predict my entire next week. The challenge? We're going to test every single one of its predictions, right here, scoring every hit, every miss, and anything that's just plain weird. Welcome to FutureLens.
And I'm not gonna lie, the results were so specific they were genuinely unsettling. It really all boils down to one huge question. Just how well can a simple AI really know us? Well, let's find out. Okay, before we get to the juicy predictions, we have to talk about the rules of the game. We're aiming for a really fun and curious experiment here, but it's also got to be an ethical one.
So, just to be super clear, all the data we used is fictionalized to protect privacy. This is definitely not medical or financial advice. And a real human, me, reviewed every single prediction to keep things safe and sound. So with that out of the way, what did the AI actually have to work with?
You'd be surprised, it was very little. I made this totally privacy-safe prediction pack. It's just a dozen lines of data that describe general patterns. You know, things like my typical work hours, how much I usually sleep, my workout schedule, when I tend to post on social media. No deep dark secrets, no personal info, just the basic rhythm of a week. And from this, it made 8 super specific predictions. Let's count them down.
Kicking off our countdown at number 8, the AI looked at my social media habits and predicted the exact best time for a video to really take off.
It suggested either Sunday morning or Tuesday evening, and even said to use a time saver hook. So we ran the test. We posted a short right in that Sunday window. The result? An immediate spike in the click-through rate and an incredible 105% retention. That means people were watching it on a loop. That is a clear, decisive hit. Score 1 for the AI.
All right, we're 1 for 1. For prediction number 7, the AI got a little more personal. It tried to predict the very next person who would get in touch with me.
It predicted an inbound message about scheduling from someone whose name starts with the letter M. I mean, the specificity here is pretty wild. We waited, and sure enough, the first person to reply was a contact whose name starts with M about a scheduling tweak. That's another hit.
Now for prediction number 6. The AI jumped from my inbox to my daily habits. It called out a specific moment of weakness, an impulse buy that it claimed I was about to make.
It called it exactly. Wednesday afternoon, I get a craving for a second coffee I didn't actually need. So we set up a little test. A phone reminder at 3 p.m. to grab water and take a walk instead. And you know what? The craving hit at 3:17 p.m., almost on the dot. The little decoy routine worked perfectly. That's another point for the AI. We're 3 for 3.
Okay, the AI is on an absolute roll. For prediction number 5, it honed in on a classic problem we all face, the dreaded workout skip day.
Based on my sleep patterns, it predicted I'd be tempted to skip my Thursday workout because of a late Wednesday night. And it was right. I was this close to bailing. But we had a fallback plan, a pre-committed, super short 7-minute workout. And I actually did it. So we're scoring this one as a partial. The AI was totally right about the impulse, but our human intervention changed the final outcome.
How about using AI for something a bit more proactive? For prediction number 4, instead of just flagging a bad habit, it actually suggested a way to fight my predictable afternoon energy slump.
It saw my slump window and prescribed a dead simple fix, a 10-minute walk outside. We tested it, rating my mood before and after. The result? My mood score jumped up by 2 points and my energy was noticeably better. Simple, effective, and you guessed it, another clear hit. Next up, coming in at number 3, the focus shifted to social energy. The AI scanned all my patterns to find the single best time for a productive, low-stress conversation.
It pinpointed Sunday evening, probably noticing that's when my work chatter usually dies down. We scheduled a low-stakes call for that exact time, and the AI absolutely nailed it. The conversation was relaxed, positive, and had the best tone of the entire week. That's a hit.
Okay, now for a really meta prediction. For number 2, the AI looked at this channel's history and predicted a specific content formula that it thought would totally crush it. It said a video using the phrase dark side in the title would be a winner. So we A/B tested it against the more neutral title. The result was staggering. The dark side version got a 45% higher click-through rate. In the world of online content, that is a massive win and a huge, huge hit for the AI. And finally, we've arrived at the number 1 prediction. Now this one was a little different. It took all those previous micro habits and bundled them together to predict a headline for my entire next month. It claimed that if I actually stick to these new routines, the walk, the decoy purchase, all of it, my 30-day headline would be more energy, fewer impulse buys, and 2 content wins. Thing is, this test is still running, we've locked in the routines, and we will share the results in a future explainer. So for now, this one is pending.
So, let's recap the final score. Out of 8 predictions, we had 6 clear hits, 1 partial success where we changed the outcome, and 1 that's still pending. I mean, that is a shockingly high success rate for an AI that was working off of just 12 lines of data.
So how on earth did it do it? Look, it's not magic, it's not reading your mind, it's predictive AI, which is really just a fancy term for advanced pattern matching. It finds all the little routines and friction points in the data and just makes smart statistical bets on your behavior. That creepy feeling? That just comes from how specific and timely those bets turned out to be. So, how can you play around with this yourself, but, safely? Here's a quick playbook. Number 1, share general patterns, not your personal secrets. 2, ask the AI for probabilities, not absolute certainties. 3, test tiny micro-predictions you can actually check this week. 4, create those fallback routines, like our 7-minute workout. And 5, the most important rule of all, keep a human in the driver's seat. Always.
This whole experiment just makes you think, doesn't it? We all have these invisible scripts running our lives. So what pattern in your life is just sitting there waiting to be predicted? Thanks for watching. And hey, subscribe to FutureLens for more experiments just like this one.